Well, that major winter storm is moving up the northeast coast. The snow is falling pretty hard in some places right now.
CBS 6 has team coverage for you. Before we go outside, Steve's here with a look at just how much more storm there is to go before the snow winds down. Steve?
All right, Greg. Yeah, most of the night I think we'll be dealing with snow, but at this point falling at varying intensities. At times it will still come down pretty hard. At other times it will come down a little bit more lightly. Now there's two zones of heavier snow right now. One is in the Hudson Valley, Berkshire, southern Bennington, and Litchfield counties. I've got that area shaded in here. And then there's a really narrow zone of heavy snow extending from western Hamilton County, right on the border of Herkimer, Fulton, and Montgomery counties down through eastern Otsego and Delaware County. So we're seeing these bands and bandlets of snow, and at times snowfall rates of 1 to even 2 inches per hour. In fact, we're seeing Columbia County now and southeastern Rensselaer, Berkshire, and Bennington counties with some really very heavy snow and gusty winds, so poor visibility conditions in here. Meanwhile, the capital region, the snow is much, much lighter, however, is likely to increase in intensity at times overnight tonight. And then we've got this band off to the west. So this is how it will go until the thing pulls out of here early tomorrow morning, with snow ending between roughly 6 and 9 o'clock. We'll continue to see these varying snowfall rates, at times coming down hard, at other times not so much. There will be additional accumulation, and I'm still looking at a fairly widespread 7 to 11-inch snow total. Now, our meteorologist Chris Gloninger has been out in it tonight. He is live in Hudson and has a report of conditions there. Chris.
Steve, it is snowing heavily outside here in Hudson. We're along Warren Street, which is their main drag. Before we get into what's going on here, by the way, eastern Massachusetts, 15 inches of snow, hurricane-force wind gusts, so it could be a lot worse. I want to show you what the main road is looking like. You can see it, the plow has not been through in the last 2 hours, and the main travel lanes are covered with a solid 2 to 3 inches of snow. And you might be wondering how you estimate snowfall intensity. Well, there are two ways: visibility, and if you look down the street, there's not the first set of traffic lights, but the second one, which is now green, that's a quarter mile away, and you really can't see it. So that's when you start to see heavy snowfall, when visibility drops below a quarter mile. The other way is to use your ruler and clear off a little patch, and that's exactly what I did about 20 minutes ago. And you can see there's about a ½ inch of snow, and if you do the math, that's about, I'd say 1 inch to 1.5 inches an hour. That's what we've accumulated in the last 20 to 30 minutes. Also, blowing and drifting snow is a problem. So if you're parking your car, parallel parking, this is what you're walking out into. You take a 12-inch ruler, you stick it in. There's about 12-inch snow drifts, and a lot of people are having fun. I want to show you this. Probably not the brightest or smartest idea to be doing, but when I guess the streets are this quiet here in the city of Hudson, people are being, I guess you'd call it, hey, I don't know, creative. But for now, you can see the snow is falling heavily, about 1 inch per hour, and I'm sure this will continue again here into Columbia County for at least the next several hours, where countywide totals are anywhere between like 4 and 6 inches, and that's what we have here in Hudson. For now, we are live in Columbia County. Meteorologist Chris Gloninger, CBS 6 News.
All right, thank you, Chris. Can't stress enough, do not do what that knucklehead was doing in this street. I have a feeling he was doing it for our cameras. Don't do that. Enjoy the snow, but be smart. All right, New York State under a state of emergency, and tonight Governor Cuomo is urging people to stay off the roads. It's a similar story in Massachusetts. The Bay State is forecast to bear the brunt of the storm. Pat Bailey joins us live from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Pat, what kind of conditions are you seeing tonight?
Well, Greg, less creativity in the streets here of Pittsfield, Massachusetts than back home. But right now, what a difference an hour makes. We talked to you at 10 o'clock, and it was barely snowing. And as meteorologist Steve LaPointe said earlier, the snow's starting to pick up now here in the Berkshire, starting to come down much heavier. That wind is still whipping, by the way. It is still cold here. And as you mentioned, the governor putting that state of emergency in effect. No cars on the road. That means it's like a ghost town here in western Massachusetts, especially here in Pittsfield, where we have been all night long. Governor Deval Patrick issuing that emergency, saying that no travel on any roads in the state of Massachusetts. Therefore, the streets are empty, not only here in Pittsfield. Businesses are closed because of that. A lot of people we talked to tonight were doing one of two things, either digging out or sincerely looking forward to this snowfall.
Yeah, I've shoveled tons and tons of snow in my lifetime, yeah.
Do you prefer not to shovel?
No, I love to shovel.
You love to shovel?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Are you in the minority on this?
Yes.
We live to ski powder. You don't get to ski powder in the East. And anytime we can ski powder, we're just really excited and just pumped and ready for it.
Now, we showed you this at 10 o'clock. We are standing basically in the middle of the road here in downtown Pittsfield. That's because, again, there is nothing to worry about. Barely any cars out tonight. All the businesses are closed. It's very dark out here. We mentioned it at 10 o'clock. We were hungry from the night. It took us 45 minutes to try to find a place that was open to try to find some food. We found one place to do that. The only vehicles on the roadways are the plows out here tonight. So, as Steve said, the snow's starting to pick up here in the Berkshire counties, or in the Berkshire Mountains, I should say. The whole county. A lot of snow starting to come down here, and again, it is still cold out here in western Massachusetts. For now, we are live in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.